welcome back everyone, and well, you know what? Ooh, hey, there's an ice sculpture. Anyhow, Decius is gone, and you know what that means? It means Test Realm is just about wrapped up. And I saw that there were quite a few spells that had some changes, so let's go see which ones they are. And let's see, Locust Swarm, the top tier, is looking exactly the same, but the bottom tier definitely took a big change. Previously it did taking 100 damage and then doing 375 damage for tier 2. Now it swaps a trap and does 230 damage. And tier 3 swaps 2 traps and does 235 damage. Tier 4 swaps 2 traps and does 245 damage. And the max tier, tier 5, swaps 3 traps and does 255 damage. So you're no longer taking some damage and giving damage. Now you're swapping traps and giving damage. Well, I like the idea of either one. That's kind of cool. Well, Fire Elf got a big change, actually. So previously a tier 2 on the lower path did 95 damage and 135 over time. Put an afterlife on the target that did 30 damage over time to all enemies. Now it just does 70 damage to one target and 150 overtime to all of them. Interesting. But it's still at 2 pips, so that's different. And then tier 3 does 75 damage to the target, and then 150 overtime to all enemies. So I'm assuming you can boost this. It probably does half-half when you use a boost. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Tier 4 does 80 damage to the target, 150 over 3. Well, I'm guessing it's over 3 rounds to all enemies. And tier 5 does the same initial damage of 80 to the target and 165 overtime to all enemies. Interesting. Alrighty, Immolate. Yeah, they've definitely changed this. They still can't decide how they want to put it. I think it's better with the pictures because the numbers are the same. On the top path, it's still doing 200 damage to the caster, 610 damage to the target. I think this is actually really confusing now because you're like, take 200 damage, 610 damage, what? Take it where? Do what? So I think this might confuse a lot of people. They should put it back to the way they had it first in test, where the picture showed the number 200, then fire, then the fist for damage, and then it showed the caster. And then underneath that it said 615, fire symbol, damage symbol, and then target symbol. So yeah, I think that one is a little bit easier to understand. And then all of the numbers and icons and everything on the lower path is actually exactly the same. So the only change that I can see to this one is this one now has a red circle around the pip instead of a white shiny thing around the pip. That is it. Well, they just changed the look of this. For tier 2, for example, on the lower path, they put the number 25 and the absorb image in front of the parentheses times 2, where in the previous one, it was parentheses times 2, 25, and then the absorb symbol. So they just changed it just a little bit visually.